opportunity to go home and bury your father. But Jesus says that doesn't matter. You see, by following my call, we are surrendering the old ways of the world which lived in us for the newness of life that is found in the resurrected Lord. And you look at what happened before the two came inquiring of Jesus. You have the Sermon on the Mount, in which Jesus just got done giving them a handful of new teachings. He constantly told the crowd, you have been told, you have been taught this. But I am coming to teach you a new way of doing things. I am going to teach you something new in which I want you to learn. Because I want you to operate differently from the world. And so this is going to be the cost of following me, is to leave behind the old comfortable expectations of the world. Leaving behind what is acceptable, leaving behind what is acceptable, what it relates to the old ways. But if you follow me, it will cost you those. The cost is you have to accept the new way of doing things and get rid of the old ways. It is, as the prophet Isaiah said in 43:18, forget the former things and do not dwell on the past. Even Paul continues this distinction in Colossians 2:20, where he says that if you choose to die with Christ to the world, you no longer are in the world, so why do you continue to belong to it? You see, if we die with Christ, if anyone is in Christ, this denotes the followership of becoming with Him. That is, that we are seeing the life in which He is teaching us. We say we no longer want the old world way. We want to embrace the newness that is there. That is, if we die with Christ, that if we share in His death, we also share in His life because He is risen. Because He is risen, we live and we are new. We are not of this world, but we are God's. As Paul writes in 2 Corinthians 5:17, if anyone is in Christ, they are a new creation. The old has gone and the new is here. And this is what it means to follow, to be a disciple, to be a learner of Christ, that we are carefully considering that if we're going to say, yes, I am following Jesus, wherever you go or I go, that we are willing to make the mental effort to understand that it is going to cost us our place in this world. And this is what Jesus is trying to make it clear. Is that by giving up this world, you lose your place in it. But by giving up the world, you gain something. You gain something by following me. You gain a new life. For you are no longer counted among the dead. And so this is the cost of being a disciple. So we are all here because at one point in time we have heard Christ's voice call to us and say, follow me. And we have answered by following Him. So what does the cost of discipleship mean for us? Quite simply, we as disciples are committed to be learners of the life of Christ and to reflect his life in our lives, to become a mirror image of him and what he has taught us to be. And this requires something of us each morning. Each new day we are faced with an easy but difficult choice to make. Are we going to be a follower of the world today? Or are we going to be a follower of Christ today? It is easy because we can say yes. But it is difficult to cleave or to adhere to. Because, well, we're in the world. The world is always there for us. The world is always there trying to keep us from doing the Christ-like things in which we have been called, in which we have been taught to do. But it is, as Jesus said, even though we are still in this world, we must no longer partake of it. And this is the cost of following. To give up what is comfortable, to give up what is socially acceptable to do, to reject the world, to embrace the newness of Christ. To reject the standard of the world and to embrace the standard of Christ. You see, we are rejecting the urge to gain something in this world. And saying, I am going to do what God has given me to do. Because I want to be like Christ. I want to be made in his image each and every day. For we all understand that we are all on a journey. And we are all having to make this decision each and every day of our lives until we hear those words, well done, my good and faithful servant. But until that day happens, we must each keep following him as he has called us. And we must each and every day keep making the decision to follow him and to give up this world. For to be a disciple means that we're going to be a learner of Christ. And being a learner of Christ is a lifelong process. It is a process in which you do not graduate from that school. Until that final day, we must make the choice to follow Christ or follow the ways of the world.